So we're parked on Florida Beach Drive, looking down Cliff House Drive. That's where the property is located. I'm going to leave the truck here for a second and basically walk across the road to the property. It has frontage in a couple different spots on Cliff House Drive, but this is a good place to start. So as we look down Cliff House Drive, you can see the property on the left. Looks like it's fairly level off Cliff House. And then as we get further onto the property, it slopes down. We're super close to the Lake of the Ozarks. I mean, within about a minute by car, and we'll actually drive that way in a minute to check out the other frontage, the other road frontage. This property, as you can already tell, was recently logged, so within about the last 2 years. I saw it this summer after it had already been logged, and the leaves were out on the trees. So this is a wintertime view, and recently logged properties for a few years in the winter, they're gonna look pretty rough. It takes a few years for these tops and everything to rot down, and then for the remaining trees to really start to fill out. But this was obviously not clear cut. We've got a lot of trees left, and in the summertime this will just look totally different. But I actually like to do wintertime videos if possible, because then you see the property sort of at its worst, I guess you would say. And in the summertime, with all the green and all the leaves, it's gonna, a lot of it'll look like it wasn't logged at all, which is fine, but it's good to see it both ways. So I'm looking, I guess, to the north toward a cove on the Lake of the Ozarks. I don't see the water. I can see a few what look like docks or cabins way off in the distance. But let's go ahead and we'll drive down Cliff House Drive, and we'll look at the rest of this road frontage on the property. Check out the aerial photo to see what I'm talking about, but it fronts Cliff House Drive here for a little bit. And then on further down, it comes back and touches Cliff House Drive for even more frontage than it has here. I don't have dimensions with me. There's a few hundred feet here, and then there's quite a bit more frontage as we go on down Cliff House. Let's see here. So yeah, we'll drive a little further down Cliff House, and the frontage will pick back up on the left. Okay. Awesome area for wildlife. So many deer out here. A lot of turkeys too, wild turkeys, but I mean so many deer. Amazing, obviously, for fishing and recreation. Lake of the Ozarks is by far the most popular lake in Missouri, if not in the whole region, I guess. Okay, let me get my bearings here. So we just passed Applewood. We've got a little ways to go, I believe. No, not too far. The property will be on the left once we get to this frontage as well. Okay, so we've got some guy's little RV to the left. The road is turning to the right, and pretty soon we should pick up the frontage again on the left. And I think I see it coming up there. Yep. So this is going to be some more of the frontage on Cliff House. And we'll get up here to where it looks like it was heavily logged up here. I might just pull off. Can't tell if that's a trail. I'll just pull off to the side here. So this was more heavily logged. They tend to log this stuff right up by the road more heavily because it's easier to get the trees out. Okay. So here's a wintertime shot of a property that needs a couple years of growth. But again, it wasn't clear cut, so all these, a lot of these remaining mid-sized and small trees are really going to flourish because they don't compete with those bigger trees that are taking all the resources. I'm sure you'll find different trails on the property, and we really haven't explored it at all, other than, like I said, I saw it just from the road this last summer. Multiple spots where you could do a little cleanup and have a home or a cabin. Yeah, and I really don't see the lake, maybe just a sliver of it, but we are so close to the water. This is actually fairly nice, other than some of the tops that are down. There's quite a few medium trees left. We're a little ways off the road. I left my keys in the truck, but I think I'll just put my faith in my fellow man and hope it's okay. Oh, here's a little bit bigger of a trail. So yeah, with a couple hours worth of chainsaw work, I could have pulled my truck right back on here. No problem. Some really cool building sites. It actually looks like a fairly decent trail network. And there I'm looking at several cedar trees all clustered around. So that could be a natural glade area. I really didn't check the map to see that, but it really does look like it. Just a small Ozark glade with a few cedar trees, really pretty. So paved road frontage, super close to Lake of the Ozarks. Peaceful, private. Beautiful out here. Give it a few years to grow back to its natural state. Buy it now while it's cheap. Give it a few years, or clean it up yourself. We do that on a lot of properties we buy. If we were to have the guys come up and clean this up, the price would be substantially higher. You can either clean it yourself, or you can wait a few years and let Mother Nature clean it up for you. There's the acreage on Cliff House Drive at the Lake of the Ozarks.